Power Hours, but
yeah,
so I don't know. They are,
and they are. They didn't post the first one, but I have a doctor's appointment, so I have to leave early. So of course I want to watch the end of yours.
Okay. And obviously I'm recording it, so obviously everybody does it different. So if this is just how I do it. So if it's not like your jam, totally. If what you're doing works, do that. Okay. But maybe I can give you some tips or whatever for that. Okay. Let me. Okay. So I do like 90% of mine on Instagram. I don't know if anybody else, what you guys do. Clearly do what works for you. Okay. So literally I've just been filling the tracker out that they have, and then I do that in the morning, and then anything else that I do the rest of the day is extra. Obviously I send more than 10 invites to a challenge group daily. But I at least get this done in the morning, and then I can go do my stuff that I need to do, and then come back to it and add more to it. So sorry, if you guys don't have any type of, I don't know if people have any type of thing for Instagram, like 21 Social, I use 21 Social where they expand for me and follow people for me. So I don't take the time out of my Power Hour to do my expanding and following people because I have somebody doing that. Okay.
What is 21 Social?
Yeah, 21 Social is just like I don't know if you've heard of like STEM Social. It's yeah. Like that. Yeah. So I personally like them a lot better because they actually, I'm like talking to a real person all the time. I message them on Facebook.
I just watched Micah's Instagram Power Hour that apparently she did in March and I missed. I was moving. And she was using STEM Social at the time.
Yeah, so I know that she's switched to 21 Social now too.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's a little more expensive, but I've had much better luck with it. They don't have you following thousands and thousands of people. They actually help you unfollow the people that aren't even interacting on your page, because there's no point to be following 8,000 people. Because personally, if I go to a page and they have legit tons and tons of followers, I usually don't follow them just because I'm like, what are they selling? I don't know why. So that's just me. But yeah, 21 Social has been awesome. I probably gained like.
It's grown me like my following so fast.
What?
Sorry, it's 21 Social. Can you see who's talking? I can't tell.
Yeah, Danae.
Yeah, it's grown my following. Like I legit have grown almost 2,000 people like in less than a month.
Yeah, like, and they're actually normal people.
They're actually real normal, like legit people.
So it is worth it. And it's definitely an investment, but it's totally worth it. Obviously, we all know that it takes time to build that relationship with them before they just jump in and do coaching and challenge pack. But I've had a couple of people that I know for sure have ordered challenge packs and from people that they've followed for me. So it's awesome. So yeah, I don't take the time to do my expanding because let me change this real quick because I just have them do it. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just unmute yourself and ask. So what I do, this is what I do the first 10 minutes or probably even 20 minutes. I go on the Instagram and I connect with people's Instagram stories. Like that's my like main connecting is through their stories because it's more personable, I think. So I don't take the time to connect with the ones at the beginning because those are people that already see all your stuff anyway. So I literally scroll all the way to the back of all the stories, obviously if you've seen some, and then I just watch them and connect, and some of them I tap through, but I will comment about stuff. So like I can probably do like 50 connects within 30 minutes through people's Instagram stories. But I'll probably just do like 20 right now. So just bust out however you do connecting, bust out a bunch of connects, and then we can do like invites and stuff. Okay.
You just scroll to the very end of the stories, whose
I
ever
do.
stories you have on top. Scroll to the end, double tap or message or.
Yeah. I mean, I just message because then I'll watch their story and then I'll comment to something.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, if you scroll all the way to the end, that's going to be the people's stories that you've already seen for the day. So just kind of backtrack a little bit, but don't start at the beginning because those are people that already see all your stuff anyways. And like probably are like your friends that you comment and like all their stuff anyway. Okay.
Okay.
So
Good.
yeah. Yeah, and like I said, you guys can unmute yourself. If you have any questions, just ask me, okay? Or type it in the chat. So we're just doing connections first. I was just explaining that that I use like 21 Social, so they do all my expanding for me, but I still like to connect with everybody. So I connect through Instagram stories 90% of the time. So that's what we're doing. This is also when I unfollow people. If I see somebody, I'm like, hey, you're totally not my person at all. I'm just going to unfollow you. Or if it's like a coach that I'm like, I don't even know who you are, but you're a coach. Obviously, if they're on your team, it's different, but I unfollow them.
Kosi? Okay, I'm having trouble. I'm not able to message everyone from their stories. Is there something I'm doing wrong?
What do you mean? Some people will have that turned off where you can't message them from their story. Yeah.
There you go. That
Yep.
explains that. Thank you.
You're good. So we'll just do this for like another
So I
5
totally
minutes,
missed
and then we can go to the next one. Okay, so you should have been able to get quite a few done, honestly. So now I'll do pretty much like go through who's watching your story, swipe up watching your story, and just invite them to whatever group, to coaching, whatever you want to invite them. I don't know if you guys, if you have an iPhone, I know you can do the text replacements. So do you guys know what that is? Have you done those? Yeah. So it's like saves a ton of time. So instead of having to copy and paste or whatever, or type everything out separate, I have like probably like 10 different text replacements that I'll use. And all you have to do is type that in for whatever you're doing. So like if I say that I was stalking their page and I love their page, blah blah blah, ask if they're a coach. I would just, it's like mine for that one is period stalk, and it'll pull up automatically. And so you don't ever have to go back and forth to 5 different places. You can just do it. And then I have ones that are just connecting, ones that are an invite to a challenge group. I have ones that are linked to certain videos. So stuff like that, just go. I do it through my Instagram stories first, and just invite people. Okay, obviously they're choosing to watch you, so don't be weird about inviting them because they're choosing to watch you. They don't have to watch you if they don't want to. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. I just started Instagram like 2 months ago.
You're good.
Okay. So I've been like welcoming people or thanking people for watching my stories. So I've been messaging them.
Yeah.
So how do you know when you're ready to invite somebody? It just go for it? Is it just a go for it?
Yeah, I think we're kind of like, for me, I'm kind of moving away from the whole hey girl messages too much and building that relationship, because then honestly, I think people are catching on when you message them and say, hey, like, you know, a hey girl message, they're catching on. They will go and look at your page.
Okay, so then let me ask you a question, because what we just did to me was more hey girly.
That was just I'm connecting. I'll just comment if their kid did something cute, or comment if they're wearing a cute shirt. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's super cute. Like, I'm just commenting on stuff.
If somebody's watching my stories, I forget who it was, whoever did the last live power hour does a little thing, you know, hey, thanks so much for watching my stories or support or whatever it was. You know, are you on a health and fitness journey too? I've been getting a lot of conversations from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and if that's working for you, totally do it.
Okay. Is that a hey girl to you, or is that like too cheesy?
No. I mean, I don't like to just small chat forever.
I don't want a small chat. Yeah, I don't want a small chat at all,
Yeah.
which is why I go right into the health and fitness.
Like, yeah, I think that's good. I probably would just be like, hey, thanks so much for watching or like supporting my journey. I really appreciate it. Were you interested in joining one of my groups? If not, I appreciate the love anyway. Or
that's what I wanted to know. Like, how do you go into it? Were you interested in joining one of my groups? If not,
yeah.
I appreciate the love
and then
anyway.
just be like, or you can just be like, or were you just being an awesome friend? Thank you for the support. You know, like, I invite them, but kind of like either way, it doesn't matter. I still appreciate it, you know?
Okay. So you're just giving a general invite. It's not I'm having a group on Monday, blah, blah, blah. It's just interest. Are you interested in what I have to offer? Then the conversation can continue. Okay. That was really the clarification I needed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's just what I do. Obviously, there's no right or wrong way, but I've just been way more upfront and blunt when I send my invites, and we should have something we're inviting to all the time anyway. So even if we're not doing a specific start group right now, we should have something that we're either in the prep week for, or you're going to be starting, or even a coaching sneak peek, whatever it is. You should have something you're inviting to so that you can do invites every day to something. Yeah. So that's what I would do. And lots of times I'll just bust out a bunch of invites and then come back and fill this out like when I can later in the day or something. So sometimes if I have more time, I'll sit and write them all down, but sometimes I don't. So
Cozy,
Yeah.
if you've never connected with them before, would you throw an invite anyway?
Yeah, if they're watching your stories.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cozy, one more question. Sorry.
No, you're
Um, if you've invited them, like say 2 days later, you've invited them, you see that you've sent this, you sent them an invite, no answer, no response, blah blah blah. Do you still try to connect, or do you like let it rest for a week or two?
Well, I will connect through their Instagram stories or just like and comment their posts. Yeah. Because then they're going to be like, oh, she doesn't just
Okay.
want to sell me something.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Yep. Somebody have any questions? No?
It says your your meeting was just upgraded. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that. So that's why I'm like, oh, not in a hurry.
Good for you. My question is, obviously, I mean, I have a lot of to me, I have a lot of story watchers and I just started, so you have to have a bazillion. How many do you do?
It depends on the day. If I'm like if I just talked about a brand new group where I did a post about it or something, I'm obviously going to do more at that point. Or if there's like a sneak peek into coaching, I'm literally going to message everybody, and I use the flag option if they respond. Because if they don't respond, I'm just like, whatever.
What's a
If
flag
they
up?
respond at all, I'll flag their conversation so it's easy to find.
Oh, the little flag.
Yeah. But like today I can count. 22 just now. Okay, so I can bust them out pretty quick. The other day I did like 50. So it kind of just depends, just because I had just posted about a brand new group. So it kind of just depends. But having this totally helps me, because I kind of got in the rut of only doing mass invites like once or twice a week instead of just doing a little bit every day has been better for me, honestly. Because then I'm not, because for me, when I would do like a ton of invites, and then I would look at my messages and I'm like, oh, I don't even want to respond. Like, because you'd have a bunch of people that say something.
Absolutely. I always have a freaking full inbox in my Facebook like page, and I dread it.
Yeah. So that's why I do a little bit every day. But I always at least try to do at least what they give us here, the 5 coaching invites and the 10 challenge group.
Yeah.
Just so you at least have someone you're always talking to and following up. And because this is just new invites, so you should be following up with everybody else you've invited that maybe wanted information or whatever. So
I know I always struggle because I get so many like comments back to my message that gets sent to all my new followers. Because like my question, I always have like add like where are you from, and
Yeah.
I mean such a good conversation starter, and so people are just like constantly message me back. So I'm like, oh my god, like,
yeah.
But then it's nice to know, because like if you get somebody that you are like, oh, you're a good person, and then like they're from Australia, so it's like, well, I can't really waste my time with so it's nice to kind of like know where they're at, because sometimes it's hard to find
That's
that
true. Yeah, I didn't think about that, because there are a lot of like Australia people that are super into fitness. Yeah. But we can't help them right now. So hopefully in the future.
That's kind of nice to know like where they're from, because it's sometimes I struggle to find it on their page sometimes. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I always tell people that it's better to be overwhelmed with too many messages coming in than not to have any. So, and I always, for me, sometimes I feel like sometimes I still have to respond right away. And I've gotten to where I'm like, they can wait. If I respond in the next 24 hours, that's fine. I don't need to be responding instantly.
I know
Because they're going to expect you to always respond instantly. And instead of being like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm just getting to this. I don't know if I'm sure a lot of you have read like She Owns the Place. Like, I listened to it. And she talks about stop saying sorry, like for things. And instead of being like, oh, I'm sorry, it's taking me forever to get back to you, you just be like, thanks for your patience. And then just go into it and just be like, people don't need you to be on your phone 24/7, because that's not fun. And then if they do it from the beginning, that they're going to be the coach that's going to message you literally 24/7. So.
Well, yeah, and like you say too, if you are coaching, you don't want to give that off to somebody that you're on your phone 24 hours. And then, so I always do like mass messaging. I don't know if that makes sense. Like you kind of said, like I try and do it like once or twice a day where I just message everybody back.
Yeah, same. Yep.
So message first.
Yep. It helps me to not, and I don't have like where I don't get notifications if people message me back on Instagram. I have to open it up. So that's good for me. But yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have any, people maybe that aren't using like STEM Social or 21 Social or something to expand? Do you guys have any like tips if people want to? I don't know. I just think like that paying someone else a little bit of money to do that for you saves so much time. I would rather send invites and connect than just find people to follow. Let them find people to follow, and then I'll do the connecting and inviting.
Can I ask how long you've been using that service?
I started in May with, how many did I have? Maybe 5,000 followers or 4,500 followers, and I was using Stim before that, Stim Social. But then for me, it just got to where they had me following weird people, and I'm like, this is retarded. Like, or I was literally following every coach. And I'm like, I don't obviously want to follow every coach. And I was following a lot of like Middle Eastern men. I was like, okay, this is not my vibe, obviously. So it was like it had to have been around 5,000. I can't remember exactly. And I think I started like end of May. And now I'm at 11.3 thousand.
And do you find like you've gained business from that?
Yeah. Because they teach you how to like post where your stuff can go on like the Explore page. They give you, I mean, with some of the different packages, they'll give you a hashtag, certain hashtags to use for your market. They ask like specific questions about who you're actually wanting to find. You know, I feel like a lot of us probably are similar, but I don't know. It's just, I mean, obviously I'll see some people that like some other coaches are following, but there's a lot that they follow that no other coaches are following. So it's kind of awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing it. I just don't want it to screw up my Instagram.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, and that's what I gave them a list, or they gave me a list of all the people I was following. And that's the thing I hated with Stim personally, was because they had me following like 7,000 people. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to do that. So they gave me a list of all my followers who I was following. And they're like, highlight the people that you actually do want to follow, because we're going to unfollow everybody else. You don't need to be following that many people. And I'm still probably following more people than they recommend, because I'm following 3,700. But it's way better because so many of those people like don't even see your stuff first off and never interact on anything. So why am I following them? So they like unfollowed all those people. So I would just went through and like highlighted the people that I'm like, hey, this is family, or this is somebody I'm actually connecting with. Don't unfollow them. And they've been way good about that. So I don't know.
Well,
okay, thanks.
I started doing it, I think August. So only like maybe a month and a half now. And I started at probably like 300 followers, and I'm already at almost 2,500.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it, like Cozy said, it's a little bit more money, but it's definitely worth growing.
Yeah. And that's what I'm like, hey, I'm going to use this until I get to 10,000 followers, and then I can like downscale it to a lower package or something. But I haven't yet, because I'm like, I don't know, more people. So
well, you might keep it, because you're learning so much more about how to post, and so
I know.
if you can pay for it, why not?
Yeah. So
and I'm even on the lowest package, and I am halfway through my third month, and I started at like 800, and now I have like almost 5,500. So it's totally worth it.
Amazing.
Because I sucked at adding people, because I was like, I don't want to sit here and scroll through people's friends to see if I want to follow them. So it's worth it for sure.
Yeah.
I think
I'll type it in the thing.
I think like, going and finding new like people to coach with you, I think that's kind of fun, because you're actually searching for who you kind of want to work with. So like,
yeah.
But when you're just for just like people, it's really nice to have it done.
Yeah. It's been really good. I know that a bunch of people have like different codes that you can use. If you do it, there's like a code, it'll save you like, depending on the package, 10, 20 bucks. So you can do that. Message one of us if you want one. But yeah, it's worth it for me, because I'm not spending that time finding people. They find people, and then I just have to, like Marty said, we get lost. All of us get lost in just scrolling. So try to avoid that. But yeah, I mean, you can message me if you, that little code would save you a little bit of money. But yeah, if you have more questions about any of it, you can message us.
Even trying it for a month, I promise you'll grow by like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Like I easily grew like over 1,000 in the first month because I was like, I'll just try it for a month and see what it does. And I was like, yeah, this is worth it.
You're like, okay. Yeah. So just take off. I mean, all of us are busy, so just take off some of the time that, like, I don't ever expand, and I don't do a ton on Facebook. Randomly, if I see somebody, I'm like, oh, I should add them as a friend, but I don't do as much on Facebook anymore. It's mostly just Instagram. So that they do one of the biggest steps that if you don't expand, your business isn't going to grow. So yeah.
Right. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions? I just, like, literally, that's what I do for my Power Hour: connect and send invites. So it's so simple. Yeah, I just think a lot of us overcomplicate everything. So, but that's also that 21 Social, you can have them send like when people follow you, they'll send them like a little direct message of just whatever, introducing yourself or whatever you want to ask them. If you want to ask them a question or just say, hey, like, I love new followers, or whatever you want to say, they'll send that for you too, like the STEM does. So that's kind of nice too, just making that connection. And like Stephanie was saying, get a conversation rolling from there. You never know. And I don't know, I just don't do the small talk as much. Obviously I care and want to be friends with people, but nobody has time just to like, hey, how, like, that's so annoying. When people message me, hey, how's your day? I'm like, the same as every day, thank you. So it's super nice, but you know what I mean? I just feel like there's always an alternative motive when people randomly message you about stuff. Just ask me a question. So that's why I just invite, like I was telling Doreen, is that her name? Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to end this, but if you guys have questions, you can always message me or whatever. And just find your groove. Like, I can bust this out super fast when I'm not chatting. Literally probably in 30 minutes I can bust this out. And then just, I tell myself throughout the rest of the day, like, connecting and more invites, that's extra credit. So as long as I get this done early, that's extra credit. So good to meet you guys. I know a few people. So, okay guys, have a good day. I'll post a recording in the page. Bye guys.